By the way, big shout out to Mitch Osborne out here. Big money
What's
Mitch.
up, Mitch? Yeah,
Money Mitch, Maserati Mitch out here.
Hey, I got a Mitch jersey.
Hey, big money Mitch.
Does that say Holt on the back?
No, it's a Trubisky jersey.
Oh, that's gross. You actually have a Trubisky jersey.
It was a free one and it was laying around. So I'm like,
I do like this situation as well. I'm not gonna lie. I literally said, can we just go like fleece the rest of the defensive line from Washington?
So get disgruntled Jonathan Allen from the Commanders and trade back with them, plus their second and our second. Then trade back with the Pats and grab MHJ with the third pick. Trade up if needed to grab one of the left tackles. Make sure you grab Jackson Powell. Who's that? Jackson Power? So he wants us to take – we trade our number one to go down to – what's our pick again? What's the Commanders pick?
Commanders are right now – hold on, Joe. We know there it is.
I beat you. Okay. 2. So go to 1 to 2. But see, the problem is you can't trade. That pick is not as valuable.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Multiple trades is just something we haven't brought up. That is an opportunity. That is an option. He was saying, that's why I thought the center from Oregon, Jackson Power.
Oh,
that
Jackson
is an option.
Power. Okay, yeah. Well,
because
we could probably get him in the second round.
I'm just saying, right? It like you're going to say, hey, I'm going to move back. Like, that's a real option there where you say, okay, we're going to go back to the Commanders. We're going to get a piece from them. Maybe then you move back to the Giants because the Giants want to move. Because here's the thing, and this is why this is actually a good idea, and it's probably something we need to do a smaller video on, or just do it right now and then we could clip it up.
What are you going to do today, Brain?
Right. I think that the situation of trading back multiple times is one that people haven't thought about, because here's the issue. If I trade back to 2 with Washington and they take Caleb Williams, all right, Washington's got Caleb Williams. They have their quarterback. What's the next name?
It's Drake May. Drake May. So then we trade down.
Now everybody's sitting there panicking, and they're like, "Oh, it's just Drake. Drake May's at 2. Hold on, now I gotta move up because I don't know if Michael Penix is Drake May. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is Drake May."
But that's the Jets.
You start to get people panicking. You get people panicking. That allows you to continue to move back and continue to get more picks, possibly more players. Maybe you rebuild this whole defense with a bunch of young. I don't want no players off of the Patriots.
Quinnen Williams.
They just paid him. That's not.
That's not to mean anything. They win 6-10. He didn't win them any games.
Literally just paid him. They
won a quarterback.
They're not.
Hey, they riding it out with A-Rod, baby. Here we go. Super Bowl or bust.
No, but it makes sense for them to draft a quarterback so they can have him sit behind A-Rod for like a year or 2.
Yeah, because it ain't gonna be Zach Wilson. I'll tell you that much. It's not gonna be Zach Wilson. I think that the double trade back is a scenario we haven't thought, and it's probably the scenario that Ryan Poles is looking at and just going, yes, thank you for all of your picks. Yeah, I mean, that to me is a scenario that the Bears come out winning in that, because like I said the other day, this is not a draft where everybody feels all the quarterbacks are the same. This is not a draft where everybody feels all of the quarterbacks are at the same level. There is Caleb Williams. There is Drake May. Maybe Michael Penix moving his name in there, but I think Michael Penix is more of just a top 10 guy than he is a top 2 guy. That gap there is going to have people panicking to get to 2.
Also, I was going to say what Baki, I was thinking what Baki just said about, the combine, once it comes in, there's going to be draft rises just like Anthony Richardson last year, where it was like
Jaden Daniels is going to be the one that probably rises up.
Yeah, he's already a Heisman winner. We're talking about a guy where it's like, oh, we didn't see these measurables from this guy that didn't get it really looked at. Like, there might be somebody else, but there might be someone else that really climbs up. But I do think the draft is kind of set. It's about 4 or 5 quarterbacks, which is beautiful for us, because that means we can definitely, to your point, that means if we trade the 2, that means we're getting a lot of day 1, like 2nd, 3rd, in the 5th round, and next year's whatever. If we trade down to like 8, now we're talking about getting number 1s for the next couple of years.
Yeah,
that type of deal. So
I think what it is to me is like, I think it's kind of like what Pat said, right? Like, whoever whatever the Bears do at 1, if they go down to 2, 5, or whatever, how much like how good is Drake May really for y'all to be panicking? Because to me, the way I see it, I'm looking at if it's me after Caleb comes off the board, if the Bears do take him, if they don't, I'm probably gonna look at Jaden Daniels and then Penix, just simply off the fact that that Penix had the 2 knees, just off the fact that Penix had the 2 knee surgeries. Yeah, that's the only thing. But it's literally gonna be how much they value Drake May.
Has anybody talked about how this draft literally resembles the draft day draft, like from the movie Draft Day?
Oh yeah.
How there's literally a dude named Bo Nix. Nobody went to Caleb Williams.
Bo Nix as well. I'm tweaking on him too.
There's nobody went to Caleb Williams' birthday party that was on his team. Remember that was an issue with one of the quarterbacks, right? Like this is such a weird.
That was Jaden Daniels after he left for ASU. They was like he trash anyway. Get him out of here.
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, this really feels like the draft day situation, man. I don't know. 210 in the building, man. 58 likes on the video. Let's get it up over 100 likes on this mug, man. I think here's the thing. At the end of the day, when I look at positions of need for the Chicago Bears, I do think that trading back multiple times could be a scenario. I also think that trading back and getting one big draft haul for a player is a good scenario for you to be in as well. If you can't get Marvin Harrison Jr., okay, I can live with that because I think the biggest needs left tackle, center. And of course, three technique. Lance Briggs has talked about how many 3 techniques there are in this draft. He said this is a very 3 technique heavy draft, and there's a lot of guys that you can go get that feel like you can really okay, we missed on him, we can get him, and he's gonna go out there and dominate. And I think now I think the best part about all of this, boys, is that you're bringing guys into a situation that is stable. You're bringing high caliber draft picks into a Tana calling you. What up, gang? Yo, Joel, is that a Trubisky jersey, my guy?
The 8-ball. It's the 8-ball. You know, my 8-ball. It's Trubisky.
But right, we bring up Trubisky, right? Trubisky came into a team that was dog water. Trubisky came into a team that was so bad and had a quarterback in front, that long neck giraffe bastard that was so terrible that we literally were like, we know the offensive line is bad. We know that nobody out there can play. We know you have no wide receivers. Just do something.
He was supposed to sit. He wasn't supposed to play. But he had the least. But he had the least amount. Like, he was supposed to be a project.
Because that's when they had Mike Glennon, right?
That's Mike Glennon.
He was lasting 4 games.
But you got a situation.
Pick him out.
Well, you got a situation where the head coach, the GM aren't on the same page.
Yes.
And so, like, you have dysfunction. Everything has to work from top down about whatever this team's vision is. And so my question to you guys, what I was stating yesterday, was the whole point about who you're drafting and the players you're getting, who fits, what is our offensive identity? For years, the Bears did not have a true offensive identity. So
right now it's Justin.
No, but I'm saying the scheme that they were supposed to run, is it a run zone blocking scheme? Is it Air Coryell? Is it West Coast? Is it it's
supposed to be an outside run scheme. It's supposed to be an outside running scheme.
Right. My point is that we know what our identity is. So now we draft. I'm like I said, I've noticed that we don't have a lot of scrimmage, like running backs that are able to catch and run. Yeah. And we should be able to get 1,000-yard scrimmage.
Like a Bijan Robinson.
Well, yes.
I'm telling you,
why you want to make me cry? Anyways, the point is that
Bijan Robinson.
I'm seeing that we're not getting the dual threat running back because it's like Khalil Herbert is kind of a one-trick pony. He could just run fast. You know, Roshan,
what do you do? I run.
I just run.
That's what I was trying to say. Ichigo. I was tweaking outside zone scheme. Yeah, that's what our scheme is supposed to be.
And that's fine. So are we So it's drafting the players that fit this versus we got to get this guy. Yeah. You know. So I want to see us really continue to build on this. Correct, Alex Machado. I think it's a San Francisco. It's a Shanahan, LaFleur type of offense. So when you've seen that, their running backs they're dual threat. or a Deebo Samuels type. So I was about to get beat up yesterday because I dared mention that who's our receiver that's in the doghouse?
Oh, Velus.
He's kind of like, are they going to find another guy like him to replace him because he has fumbleitis, or does he actually get better and they start to try to trust him? But it's like the players got to fit this scheme. We know what the cover two. We know what this defense is. Everybody in Chicago knows what three technique nose tackle is, but since Lovey,
yes,
but 100%. Before that. So we know it's finding the players that fit. So hopefully we get the guys that can be drafting to fit the scheme that we're playing in.
Ryan Poles in the chat said, I'm fleecing the Commanders for 3 first-round picks and getting our second-round Montez Sweat pick back. That'd be crazy if they actually got it back. They trade the pick to the Commanders.
Right.
And then they get the second back. Hey, then it's literally draft day, bro. Then it is literally, remember, he's like, I want my draft picks back, you pancake eating mother. God dang it, I love this job. It was such a terrible movie.
I vaguely remember it. My dad actually watched it and was like, yeah, you remember, did you watch it? I'm like, I've never seen that movie since it came. I think it came out in like 06, 07, didn't it?
Bro,
when did that come out?
The thing about all those movies that cracked me up, like that, and like freaking what was the other one? The baseball one with Billy Bean and all that.
Moneyball.
None of them worked. None of them worked. That was supposed to be the Manziel draft, wasn't it? Like that was the year the movie came out or whatever. It was supposed to.
Oh yeah, because that's when Drake put him and Andrew Wiggins in the song.
Yeah, none of them worked.
Yeah,
none of them worked. Yeah, I mean, no, but. I think at the end of the day, right, like the one thing that I look at heading into this draft is exactly, and Altavera beat me to it right there. At the end of the day, in Poles we trust, ladies and gentlemen. It's been on the show pretty much every day since Ringo, you come back there, Ringo. It's in Poles we trust. Oh God.
Ringo,
we trust, and guys, to me, right? You look at it that way because this Bears team is 2 years removed from the garbage that we were in.
Yeah,
and he's gotten us multiple starters. And I look at this list. Look at this list this nice color coded list that Joel has put together. What do you see? Rookie, third year player, rookie. Kyler Gordon, rookie. TJ Edwards, rookie. I forgot we had a podcast here. Jaquan Brisker. I'm sorry, I said TJ Edwards, rookie. I'm sorry. Jaquan Brisker, second year player. Kyler Gordon, second year player. We don't even have Javon Dexter on here, who's made some really good strides, but he's been a really nice player for us. Darnell Wright, rookie. Tevin Jenkins, third-year player. You're seeing player development. Cole Kmet, right? Like, you're seeing player development continue to happen. Jalen Johnson, we feel he's a Pro Bowl player. He's 24 years old.
Yeah.
You're putting starters on the field that are young starters that should be able to do this for a while.
Too.
Well, it's Tyreek is in terms of
Tyreek Stevenson as well.
Tyreek Stevenson.
Yeah. We not have Tyreek on that list.
I didn't have. I gotta make more
God
room.
Dang it, Joe! You almost had it.
I got to take the. You know what? I'll take the what you call it? The guy.
You just got to add one more corner position. You got Kyler Gordon opposite Jalen Johnson, and
yeah, I know that, and I got to add the other running backs too. There's a couple other guys.
No,
but
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Look, this is for teaching purposes. I mean, it's just an example. I mean,
let's get it together. No, but Tyreek Stevenson is a Pro Bowl level player. Tyreek Stevenson has Pro Bowl votes.
Yes,
and he is NFC Defensive Rookie of the Week this year. Like, yeah. You're seeing Ryan Poles get pieces that are hitting right away. I mean,
a starting right tackle off the bat. We haven't had a starting tackle in almost 20 years. Mark Colombo was Angelo's first pick of a modern GM. Because we didn't have a modern GM because they had Mark Hatley and some other dudes that the Bears were doing. So Colombo, I believe, was 2001 or 2.
Yeah.
And Chris Williams, Gabe Karimi. I mean, we've had a few of them that just busted out. Except
and that's the thing, right? Even
Howie Long's kid. Kyle Long.
Kyle Long just got beat up. I think the thing is, even with Braxton Jones, right? Braxton Jones to me is not great. He's okay. He's got flaws. He's got things that are clear flaws. He's got things that he does well at. When he's run blocking, he's pretty good. When he's pass blocking,
Well, technically, no. The thing about Braxton Jones is technically he is a success. He was
what I'm saying.
A 5th round pick that is serviceable.
And that's what I'm saying.
But that's good drafting.
You found a guy in the 5th round that you could put in there for 2 years until an all-pro capable player popped up, and you're at a position where you've got enough draft capital where you can go, you know what? Now we can attack the left tackle position.
No, right. Pat. We can get 40-year-old Jason Peters. He's all pro. He's all a famer.
But I think even with that, right? Like I keep talking about not backing yourself into a corner. I've probably said this a million times over the past week and a half. Like Ryan Poles has not backed himself in a corner. He literally can turn around and just be like, now I'm going to draft that guy. And you know what? I'm still going to sign that guy. Oh, what do we got over here? Quarterback, foul. Oh, what we got over there? Wide receiver. Let me get that. What do we got over there? Oh, 3 technique. Like there's so many options for him. And to be honest with you, this is the second draft we're going into where we don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's all good problems too, right? Because I mean, we debated back and forth about this, and I told y'all, like, you know how hard it is to hit on the offensive line position in the draft, like mainly right or left tackle. Like the last one that we saw do it successfully with no problems was Tampa, and now you got Ryan Poles doing that with Darnell Wright. If he does that again at the left tackle position, you're pretty much set.
Well, we hasn't been done. I like Raymond Franklin's comment because it's like the difference is that the Bears for years would never just strip it down. It was always like middling, so you wouldn't just let us just go all the way there to get the first pick. The highest we ever really got was a 4th pick.
Yeah.
And that was Cedric Benson one time. I think we had the 4th pick and traded to the Jets to get their like 2 picks, which turned into Dr. Doolittle and Rex Grossman.
Yeah.
And that was it. And by the way, we passed on your boy in Pittsburgh. We passed on Troy Polamalu, and we passed on somebody else. I think
that's nasty
because they both had 2 picks.
Nasty work.
We passed on Terrell Suggs.
Nasty work.
And we passed on Troy Polamalu in that draft.
Nasty work, bro.
Yeah. So
took Rex Grossman.
Yeah. We had number 8.
That's diabolical work.
Well, K. McNown was 8. I think David Terrell was 8. I think man, I'm trying to remember these dudes.
I mean, and I think the thing is too, right, to your point, like you're actually bringing guys in that are being drafted this high to a team that is not, as B. Bill just said, doo-doo water.
Yeah. Even
you're bringing guys into a team that is moving in the right direction. You're bringing, like, normally when you get this pick, it is the Panthers. You are the Panthers. You are what the Texans were last year, right? Like when you get picks like this, you sit there and you go, oh God, we're going to add this guy, but what's he going to do? Because we don't have anything to sign anybody. Bears still got money. Bears have made traded draft capital to bring in key pieces. You're building towards something moving forward, and it doesn't feel like the other thing is it doesn't feel like it stops this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think we're dealing with a smart, capable GM is what we're looking at, because again, like you said, even with Pace, the highest pick we had was 3, which we then traded up to 2 to get Trubisky, right? Always in the middle of the pack. Do you guys know? Did you know or remember that the Bears, I think in 70 whatever, had a coin flip for the first pick, and it either turned into we lost, and that pick turned into Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah,
like we've never really had like really high pick. I think
that's crazy.
It's been a long freaking time.
I mean, and
wait, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, we've got some breaking news on the podcast here. Bears quarterback Jalen Johnson and defensive end Montez Sweat have been selected to the Pro Bowl, the first selection for both players.
Yep. We already had them. We already knew this. I think we know what we're talking about a little bit.
Man, we know a little bit of something.
We already had them go. We already had them.
Look at that. We
know a little bit about it. A little bit.
Wow, Pro Bowl.
I'm just saying. I think that's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is too, with the way the defense is playing and the amount of wins that the Bears have, it's kind of like I said last year before they made all the moves. You show me a product that I feel like as a free agent or a talent that's disgruntled, hey, I can fit in here and we could possibly go make a Super Bowl, make a deep playoff run. I'm going to go play there. So hey, shout out to Fleece for getting these boys right. I mean, hey, Poles gave him a shot, and to this point, he's completely stepped up on the defensive side of the ball.
Love what I'm seeing from him, man. Love everything that he's going through, and what Jalen Johnson has done. Feel like he's been a really dominant player since Montez Sweat has got here. I love that they're both going into the Pro Bowl together. I really do. I think that is really cool to see. And I think even to speak to, again, the first topic, right, of how much this Bears team has improved. Jalen Johnson was nowhere near a Pro Bowler to start this season. Now he's a Pro Bowler to finish it. That's pretty cool to see.
But see, you got to get the pressure on the D line to help. We always felt the secondary was good. I liked our secondary.
Yeah.
Our D line just no pressure.
Yeah. Not at all. None at all. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We'll be back tomorrow breaking down more football, more Bears, maybe get some Bulls in there. Bulls taking on the Knicks tonight, so we'll be talking about that as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the super producer Joel Holt, and welcoming back Stefan Nadon back into the fold. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.
Real quick. Warren Sapp. Someone asked about Warren Sapp. We did not pass on Warren Sapp. He was taken with the 12th pick in 1995. We had the 21st pick. It took Rashaan Salam, the fumble king from Colorado. No, wasn't he the weed? He was the weed head, wasn't he?
He was the weed head. Okay. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago.
Something a little bit stronger, man.
Something a little bit stronger, eh?